All right, let's make this happen, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me again on another episode of Ask the Skinny Guy Savior. I'm your host, Vince Delmonte of VinceDelmonteFitness.com. Today we're going to be talking about hormone optimization for guys and gals who want to make the most of their muscle building and fat loss goals. We're going to talk to you about strategies to optimize our hormones, and we're also going to take some questions on nutrition for packing on pure size. So as you guys know, I pull these questions directly off my Facebook fan page, and these are your questions, and these are my responses in 60 seconds or less. So the first question goes to Camilo. Hey Vince, I'm 16 years old. What is the best thing to increase my testosterone levels naturally? Any tips? Camilo, I'll be honest, the best thing is just to be 16 years old. I mean, right now your hormone levels in terms of testosterone will never be better than any other time of your life. I mean, guys, when you're 16 years old, you can build muscle off of chips and Doritos. That's how good your hormones are. So from the age of 16 to 25, that's when they'll be at their pinnacle. That's when they'll be at their peak. Grown men, you know, guys in their 30s or 40s, 50s, they take hormone. A lot of guys, what's popular now is what's known as hormone therapy, and they take things to help their hormones be just as good as they were when they were 16 to 25 years old. So really, you don't need to do anything. One thing I'll strongly suggest is to avoid binge drinking. Notice I didn't say avoid alcohol, but once you start drinking more than 3 or 4 drinks at a time, you're really gonna hurt your testosterone levels. A lot of essential fatty acids, a diet that's high in protein, and a balance of low glycemic carbohydrates and a lot of regular high intensity exercise is gonna keep them high. And make sure you're sleeping at least 8 hours a night as well. Other than that, you're pretty much set. So this next question comes from Danny Castanda, and he says, hey, what's up, Vince? What's up, Vince? Geez, I totally forgot to tell you guys where we are right now. As you can see, we're in another new location, and this is going to be the last series of questions before we start filming down here, which is soon to be Gym Del Monte. That's the unofficial name. I'm still trying to come up with another name. I might even just call this Gym Hypertrophy Max, because that's the name of our amazing muscle building program. And we're planning on doing muscle building camps down here in the future. They're gonna be called Hypertrophy Max camps, but I'm rambling right now. This will soon be where I invite my clients, you guys, my customers, my users, my followers, my fans, to come and join me for a Hypertrophy Max experience. And we're gonna throw 3-day and 5-day muscle building camps down here. So over the next 2 weeks, this gym will be fully equipped with all the state-of-the-art equipment. I've spent a lot of time designing the layout and maximizing every square inch. This has been a personal dream of mine, by the way. I just want to let you guys know, ever since the age of 22, I've wanted to have my own space, a place that I can come downstairs, film, train. Right now, if you guys don't know, I'm 32, so this has been a 10-year goal in the making. So I'm extremely passionate about this, and I'm looking forward to sharing this place with you, and you guys will hear a lot about it, obviously, when that time comes. Okay, back to Danny's question. So he says, hope this gets answered. Quick question, I'm 24, about 5'11", picked up your MI40 program, great program, by far the best program. Long story short, are vegetables really necessary to build muscle, even though your caloric intake is really high in getting your proteins, carbs, and fats? What's your opinion on this? First off, Ben Pikowski, IFB Pro Bodybuilder, my business partner, one of my best buddies, he created MI40. So I was actually one of the guys who inspired him to make the program, and I helped him create the videos, but he is the man who created that amazing program. In terms of vegetables, absolutely they're critical. In fact, when you don't take in enough greens, your body becomes very acidic. And being in an acidic state, all you need to know, it's not the optimal environment for breaking down those proteins and carbohydrates. Your body can't neutralize them, can't assimilate them for muscle growth. So what you need to know is that the optimal state for your body to be in to build muscle is in an alkaline state. And an alkaline state can be achieved by having 8 to 12 servings of green leafy vegetables every single day. So the answer is absolutely, not eating vegetables will slow your muscle gains to a huge degree. So the next question goes to Kyle Golding. What's up, Kyle? He says, hey Vince, how should morning pre-workout nutrition change after a night of drinking? Okay, so great question here, and I wouldn't know anything about this, so I'll just share with you a few things that I've heard you should do if this ever occurs. So on a serious note, I actually never really got into the drinking scene until I was like 19 years old when I headed off to university. When I was in high school, I didn't touch a drop of booze, and primarily because I was living at home and I was terrified of my father ever coming home drunk. So I actually was busy training twice a day. I was representing Canada. I used to do triathlons, and I went to the World Championships during those years. And so I was too busy swimming in the morning, running at night, riding my bike, and I never had time for that. And I was in bed by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So, but you know, when I did get into university, obviously booze does become a part of the social scene. So what would I do in that situation? The first thing is hydration. Hydration is one of the, you need to rehydrate after a night of binging. This is the most important thing because a lot of people don't understand that the body is very, very adaptive, but dehydration is one of the only things your body doesn't adapt to. So if you restrict water from it, your body doesn't have certain mechanisms to say, oh, okay, no worries, we'll adapt to this situation. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So you need to rehydrate like 1.5 liters of water every hour. So 1.5 liters of water every single hour from the moment you get home from the bar until you start feeling more well hydrated. Now keep in mind, when you booze hard, that will stay in you for 3 or 4 days. Ask anybody, you'll feel a negative effect in your workouts for the next few days. And another big thing to do is have a big greens drink. Mix up 10 of your favorite vegetables in a blender and get a few of those in you as well. That'll start alkalizing your body. Okay, great. So we'll take one more question here on this topic. This is from Mark Antoine Roy. Hey Mark, what's going on, bud? He wants to know, hey Vince, workout every day, 6 p.m. I eat a complete post-workout meal afterwards. I'd like to know what's the best snack to get me amped before my workout. I'm not yet into supplements and stuff, and I'm looking for a good natural source of energy. Thanks. So ultimately, how your nutrition looks through the course of the entire day is ultimately going to dictate how you feel during your workout. So simply having a post-workout meal and then a pre-workout meal and then the rest of the day being really less than stellar is not, you know, you can't look at this as, okay, well, I had a great pre-workout meal, but if the rest of the day sucked, your body doesn't function in little segments. It just basically looks at, you know, what's happened in the big picture here. So, in terms of a great pre-workout meal, I'll share one with you that when I was just getting started into bodybuilding, you guys all know my story. I gained a substantial amount of muscle my first 6 months. One of my favorite pre-workout meals, because this is when I was living at home, my mom used to make a lot of pasta. And there's always pasta in the house, but there was never ever any protein. So I'm like, I need to add some protein to this. So I took my mom's Italian pasta, beautiful tomato sauce, either penne or spaghetti, and I would just throw a can of tuna in it. I put a can of tuna in it, and then I would get some green spinach. I put it in, I'd mix it all up. So I got my greens, proteins, carbs, and it would be about a 2-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. And I'd have that about 2 hours before I train. And I was always amped for big workouts. So try the pasta and tuna. And those are obviously really simple ingredients you can make even if you're on a budget or living at home. So I think that'll help you a lot, Mark. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much for your questions. If you'd like one of your questions answered, be sure to join my Facebook fan page. Go to vincedelmontefanpage.com, like the page, and you'll be able to submit a question when I say, hey, we're asking for questions right now. And to give you guys a heads up, I've been getting you guys ready for this, but in the next batch of questions, we'll probably start filming down here while there's equipment. So we might change the format of the show a little bit. We'll be able to start actually getting on some equipment and demonstrating things that it's going to be way more visual. And I think the teaching style will be a lot more, it'll be a lot more effective, I would say. So thanks for joining. We'll talk to you soon.